The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and entertainment in Fairfield and Westchester counties.
Well, it's not the best night for high school football. The rain falling here at Staples Stadium, but it is a night for high school football. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to High School Football on the HAN Network with Chris Kalin. I'm Rob Adams, and tonight the Staples Wreckers take on the Fairfield Warde Mustangs. And Cato, and you know, not an easy night to play football, and not an easy night for Fairfield Warde.
No, especially for Fairfield Warde. Not only do you have the elements working against you, you've got a Staples Wreckers team that's 2-0, coming off a huge win over the Wilton Warriors last week. And this is a team that, as we talked about before, is slightly below what most people are putting slightly below the elite teams in the FCIAC. But this is a Staples team to be reckoned with. And it's always something that Staples has always brought to the table. They control the front line when they attack. Whether it's on offense or defense, they exhibit great line play. They run the ball well. At times when it's necessary, they throw the football, and they do that extremely effective. And for Fairfield Warde, an 0-2 team coming into this game, it's just not an easy task for them tonight.
Coldest night we have felt since, quite honestly, probably early May, late April. It is brutally chilly, 49 temperature feels like. However, it's 44 with heavy rain falling here in Westport.
Absolutely. Honestly, Rob, I think it is warmer. It was warmer in the Yale Whale for the state hockey finals than it was tonight.
For sure. Staples will get the ball to get things started tonight. If you're Fairfield Warde, you got to come out and make a stop right off the bat. You've got to make a stand for this game.
Absolutely. What you have to do for Fairfield, really pin Staples back, put them on their heels, and try to utilize a little bit of speed, some cunning, and even a little bit of trickery in your play calling. Maybe some disguised blitzes if you're going to attack Staples. But the thing about Staples is they wear you down. They pound you into the ground with the running game. They can beat you over the top with the football. But the thing about Staples, you have to figure them out from play to play. Because if it's something simple that Staples runs and they know they can beat you with it, they're going to keep doing it to you until you stop them. We saw it years ago against Greenwich, whether it was a little shovel pass, or you see running out of the shotgun, they're running a halfback draw play up the middle, and they're picking up big yards that way. It's just the way they operate. If it works, they stay with it.
We have been here quite a while, since right before 2 o'clock. A.J. Simonowski and I were both here on site and starting to set up, so we've been hearing plenty of music and getting a look at the great new scoreboard that is being operated by our good buddy Mike Zito, and it just looks fantastic. They were installing it really the day we were here for the FCIAC tour when we visited Staples High School.
Absolutely. It really is an impressive scoreboard. They've got the game clock right next to it. They've got the game clocks in both end zones, actually, and it really is a great feature to have, especially for the officials in the game.
Connor Adrian stands deep down to our left. And Sam Arciola as well.
And the one thing about this wind, it's going to really play havoc whether you're going to kick or you're going to try to throw. If you try to throw the ball downfield, you're really going to have to put a lot of zip on the ball to try to beat the wind.
And Ben Schwinn is the kicker, a junior, 5'9", 155. It is a windy night. Buckle up, we're underway at Staples. In a driving rain, it's taken back at the 15, finding an opening, 40-45. Good field position to get things started for the Wreckers. Connor Adrian on the return.
And that's where the water in the wet field is really going to wreak havoc when it comes to running, because Connor Adrian had a good gap and he had a good hole pretty much to the end zone. Staples, the blocking, it created a nice space for them to move, and he just lost his footing, and it slowed himself up enough to get tackled.
And a first down for the Wreckers. They'll go from left to right, work from the near side hash mark. Good field position for them. 9 seconds gone by. Just warming up the seats at Staples. Shotgun snap, thinking option, and they pitch it forward. It'll be a gain of about 5 to the 49-yard line.
Staples going right to the ground early, showing that they're going to try to run to the left with the Little Skies, and we've seen that shovel pass before, and with the quarterback working out of that short shotgun.
Evan Gillen on the carry. As the ball gets across midfield to the Ward 48-yard line. Staples in their home blue. Moving between the hash marks from left to right. Second down, they give it off. Moving up the middle goes Ethan Berger. Berger right sideline, taking it to the house. He's got it. Touchdown. A 48-yard touchdown, and Staples is off and running.
And for Fairfield Warde, the one thing you had to feel they were going to have difficult tonight is that gap control. They aren't able to get off the offensive lineman who's blocking. It creates the hole for Berger, and Berger just uses his legs to do the rest.
So we'll wait on the extra point try now. But a good start for the Wreckers. And Paul Tricarico boots the extra point. 55 seconds gone in the first. 7-0. Staples, they're off and running. We take a quick break. Back to Staples High School right after this. Staples 7, Fairfield Warde coming to bat. Back after this on the HAN Network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics.
Here we go. Back at Staples High School, 7-0. Wreckers off and running with Chris Callan. I'm Rob Adams, and Tricarico will kick things off for the Wreckers. So the Mustangs will get the ball for the first time tonight. And we will get our first look at their offense, led by their quarterback, Jack Potenza. This is the kind of night where the ball will indeed fall off the tee. But he puts it right back on the tee, and now we're ready to make the approach. And the right-footed kicker gets into it. High end over end kick. It'll be taken back near the 3. Starting with a head of steam to his right as Mike Whiting, a junior, gets around the right side outside the numbers and near the 22-yard line.
So for now, the Mustangs, now we get that chance to see how are they going to handle the Staples defense. They have to answer here, not so much a quick touchdown, but they need to put together a drive together and put points on the board. And this drive is going to set the tone for them probably for this game.
And Berger with that outstanding burst, great blocking up front, 48 yards to the house, and we are off and running. First down for the for the Mustangs. Potenza will line things up. Not very often you see someone taking the snap from under center, and right now it looks like he will set up that way in an I formation with 2 receivers out to the left. First down for the Mustangs. The inside handoff will push for about a yard or 2 across the 25 near the 27-yard line.
The Mustangs going early right into the teeth of this Staples defense. And really, you look at the Staples front line, they're not an overpowering, oversized line, but what they do is they block and they move well, they get in between the defenders, and they work as a unit, this front 4 or 5.
Junior Brian Azarian on the carry. Second and 9 near the 26, right back to the ground. They'll push for 2, maybe 3, near the 29-yard line. Nothing fancy there. Right back to Azarian again. They're not trying to fool anybody, Cato.
No, they've got a game plan. They're going to work the ball on the ground. It doesn't look like they're ready to go to the air just yet. But on a third, we're looking at it was a 3rd and long, but
call it, Cato, 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
Near the 28. They've got to get to the 35.
Trying to read it. The scoreboard says 3rd and 14. I don't think that's quite the setup. We're getting a wave off by Mike Zito.
Getting a wave off by me, too.
Oh, we always do.
3rd and 7. Showing blitzer the Wreckers. Now they're going to try to run it with Potenza off the right side. He will barely get back to the line of scrimmage. We'll bring up 4th down. 9:19 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 our score.
Yeah, the Mustangs having a hard time getting things going early. In that situation, it looked like almost it was going to be a handoff. Then the quarterback decided to keep it. Did the quick look and realized all the receivers are covered. He couldn't throw it, so he just tucked and ran.
Senior linebacker Riley Petta made the stop. 4th down. Here's the punt. Gets it away. Gets up into that crazy wind. It's going to swirl around, and it'll be down at the Staples 39. 7-0 Wreckers. Ethan Berger, a 48-yard touchdown run. He was with us on FCIAC game day just after 6 o'clock. 8:47 to go in the first quarter. This is the kind of game, Cato, where if it gets out of hand, you're going to want to run this clock quick and get on out of here.
Absolutely. And if you're the Mustangs, you don't want that. You really need to start controlling the Staples ground game. Force them to throw the ball in the air into the wind, and maybe that creates opportunities for you to get some turnovers.
A 1st down at the Wrecker 39. From left to right they go. Shotgun set with receivers out to each side, 1 right, 2 left. Thinking option, it's going to be around the right side. It initially went toward Berger, but instead it's Connor Adrian for a big gain into Ward territory at the 40.
And it's just a tremendous job by the Staples quarterback. He gets that handoff, does the play action to Berger, gets everybody that draws off, gets the linebacker to draw at him, and then does the quick pitch. And if you're the Mustangs, you really need to move toward the football.
Quarterback Andrew Speed, the junior, 5'11", 175, stands in shotgun. He's got Berger alongside of him. Fake to Berger, now pitch around the right side. Here's Adrian. Adrian moving forward and getting about 6, maybe 7, down near the Ward 33-yard line. Of course, the Wreckers coached by one of the longest tenured in this FCIAC, and that is Mars Petrosio. At this point, I believe he is second in longevity to Lou Marinelli. It was Rich Albanese for a long time, but now, of course, it's Coach P, and across the way, Duncan Della Volpe has been here for a few years at Fairfield Warde.
Mars, a lot of success with this program. He's done a great job. Even when he hasn't had the big size dominant force teams, he's just always been able to win games, whether it's, just based on the talent he has, and that's a sign of great coaching.
Shotgun snap for Speed. Gives it off Berger. That option works well across the 30 to the 29. It's a 1st down for the Wreckers.
And you're running. It's very similar to the Navy flex bone that Navy likes to run. They run it with the triple option. But what you cannot do is you watch them, you cannot let the receivers lag, because what will happen is every once in a while you could take a shot down the field. Really, you need to do that to keep the linebackers honest so you don't stack the box. So your opponent doesn't stack the box.
An unusual thing for us that we haven't seen a whole lot of in our first few games of the season, a lot of huddling going on by the Wreckers. It's a 1st down handoff, barreling up the middle with our first flag of the night down near the 15-yard line. Berger is brought down by Tyler Llewellyn.
It's probably going to be a holding penalty.
We got a new guy tonight.
And we've got holding against the Wreckers. And to be honest, the crowd tipped it off because the minute that flag was thrown, you heard a big groan.
Well, what happens, especially on days like today, Rob, when you have the slick conditions on the ground, you have the slick the jerseys are slick, and what happens is the linemen or blockers down the field, when they try to move, they're trying to move and block at the same time. If they lose their footing, their first instinct is to grab the jersey and keep themselves upright. And a lot of times what they're going to do is they're going to pull down whoever they're blocking, and a lot of times if that creates an opening for the ball carrier, then what's going to happen is they'll throw the flag.
And we've got an official timeout. And away we go. Reset the clock, under 8 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Rutgers. 2 receivers out to the left. I formation for speed. Does give it off, and it's taken up the middle by Connor Adrian. Adrian getting closer to the original line of scrimmage.
And what's a lot of time you see what happened was there before somebody forgot to reset the game clock. That's why we had the stoppage, so the officials can reset the game clock and get the right time count.
Not to complain about the conditions at all. I don't want you thinking otherwise, but it is part of the story, even for us. And it just kind of leads to talking about our own setup here today. Just a story worth telling. 2nd and let's call it 11. Again, to the ground and a loose ball. Now still loose, and it looks like Warde has got it. They do. RJ Baby gets on top of it. He is a defensive back, a senior, and the first turnover of the night goes in favor of the Mustangs.
And Berger takes the handoff. He takes it right into the line, and it's just a helmet right on his arm, and it forces the ball loose. And it's going to be something we talk about all night, but that is a side effect of the conditions for the evening. It's a side effect of the weather. Wet, slick balls, and if you hit the ball carrier right, it'll squish out.
Now Potenza and the offense have got to take advantage. They trail 7-0 with 6:50 to go in the first quarter. Stacked right up in what looks like almost a traditional wing tee with a man in motion. That's Azarian to take it around the right side, and he'll get a yard or two near the 37-yard line.
And this Staples front line is really doing a great job preventing Fairfield from creating any holes for the ball carrier to go through. It's almost as if now you're going to get to a point where you can't go through, you're going to have to go around.
This is a crowd that can be at best described as hardy for those who showed up tonight. I absolutely tip my cap to those who came out tonight.
Yeah, these are the diehards. And there's a nice-sized crowd over on the Fairfield side as well.
Back to the ground, no play action, rolling right. Potenza is going to get taken down back at the 29-yard line.
Potenza on the carry, tackled by Pooley.
Potenza just pretty much got out-hustled by Patulli. Tried to get to that outside and turn it up, and Patulli just tracked him down.
Elliot Pooley is a junior, 6'1", 160, coming around from the safety position. 5:40 to go, first quarter, 7-0 Rutgers. Ethan Berger from 48 yards ran it in for the first score of the night, a mere 55 seconds into this one. A few more people still making their way in. The poncho's very handy tonight. 8 to go on the play clock. Down to 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Long snap count, shotgun, rolling right Potenza. Still rolling, he's going to have to run it. 35, and he'll get taken down near the 35 with extra flags in right at the end, 2 of them flying.
It looks like we could have a personal foul flag. Looks like too many bodies flew in after Potenza hit the ground.
No, we will find out about the laundry.
It's a helmet-to-helmet con.
Running quarterback. How can you run that? Oh, that's terrible.
One thing to always keep in mind, if you are a vociferous type of fan, especially if you're standing near a press box, you might want to glance because your words may get recorded all evening.
I will be nice and not take pictures of them. Do you know what this guy did?
I'm just saying, that's, you know the experience.
Yeah. But the helmet-to-helmet hits, they're going to be called just for the safety factor.
After the penalty, 15 yards and a first down for Fairfield Warde off the right side. And able to get near the 42-yard line. It was Azarian for a gain of 8. So a little bit of a push right now for the Mustangs.
Well, the Mustangs able to take that penalty. Now they're going to try. Now they're trying to build on it. They're moving a lot quicker. You can watch the offensive line. They're getting off the ground off the snap a lot quicker, and they were able to get under the Staples defenders and push them out of the way.
2nd and 2, near the 42. Pitch again, Azarian just looking for his opening. Comes up just a hair short of the first down as he got just inside the 41. With forward progress, they're going to put him at the 41, so it was not the most favorable of spots, and it'll set up 3rd and a big yard.
Well, we're definitely looking at 4-down territory here.
You wouldn't try to coffin corner it if it gets there? Would you punt it away?
You know what? Right now, the way Staples has been moving the ball, I would try to get that 1 yard.
Hold that thought. They'll get the 1 yard, and it all becomes academic. It's a first down and an inside handoff. Big push at the end of the play, but Azarian able to get about 3. Good straight inside handoff and a good push by the offensive line, a first down.
Yeah, and making that call, one, it's confidence in your own team for Fairfield to make that call. You have confidence in your offensive line to create enough of a space for your runner to get through. And plus you have the momentum on your side working for you.
First down for the Mustangs. Azarian again has already had his jersey pulled out of his pants and moves toward the 36, just to say it's untucked.
You are a tucked in type of guy.
I am a tucked in type of guy. I'm trying not to be.
But sometimes in weather like this, it's going to happen. You're going to slide after you get tripped up, you get tackled, momentum. It's going to happen.
Untucked jerseys bring images of old-time football. 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2 near the 38 of the Wreckers. Potenza, his first throw is high and incomplete in the far sideline. It was intended for number 44, Clayton Mitchell. Mitchell, one of the captains, the tight end. He's a senior, 5'11", 185 pounds, and a 3rd down coming up.
There's tremendous coverage downfield by Staples, able to read that play action. And Potenza just tried to get that ball up there to where maybe he can get his hands on it and bring it down.
Potenza will set up again under center in a wing T formation with Azarian in motion, trying to find an opening off the right side. He's going to get a push near the 35, but that's going to be about it. It's a short gain of just about 2, and it's a 4th down play coming up.
You're in a 4th and long situation. You got to figure it's about 4th, I'd say 6, 7. This is definitely a passing down, but the hard part is you're throwing the ball into the wind. You're too far out for a field goal. You're too close for a punt.
Yeah, with the ball at the 34, there are some FCIAC kickers that can really boot some long kicks, but this is a lot to ask, certainly in a driving rain and wind. Wind right around 20, 25 miles per hour. Azarian starts in motion, play action, rolling right. Potenza lobs it, double coverage, and it falls harmlessly incomplete. Clayton Mitchell was the intended receiver. Really, that's a ball he's got he went for his hot read, Cato, and you got to check down because he was double covered.
Yeah, and I think the hard part was the second man on that coverage got there just as the pass was coming in. It was a great read on the play, recognizing that this is where the pass is going, but I don't want to show too much, and then gets over to help out.
So out come the Wreckers. They lead 7-0. Broadcast tonight brought to you by Walter Stewart's Market, Pamby Motors, Coastal Orthopedics, Carl Chevrolet, and Bankwell. On a rainy night in Westport, first down for the Wreckers. Speed handing it, and it's Berger out to the 40-yard line, brought down by Beebe. So unable to convert were the Mustangs off the turnover.
Berger's a young man we've watched for a couple of years here with Staples. Tremendous low center of gravity runner, tremendous speed, power, and acceleration. I think as a sophomore, he rushed for just over 900 yards for the Staples Wreckers.
2nd, and we'll call it a long 5 right at the 40. Out of the eye with the receiver out to the left. Speed under center. Does give it off. It goes inside. It's Berger, and he pushes to the 49. A gain of just about 10 and a first down, brought down by number 52 of the Mustangs. That is Bawar Malaka.
Berger picks up another first down
Beg your pardon, that is not correct.
Berger showed a lot of patience on that run. The little hesitation, Steph waited that extra second for the gap to form, and he was able to pick up the first down.
Under a minute to go in the first. 7-0 Wreckers on top. And a first down at the Mustang 49 out of shotgun. Speed rolling to his left, does throw, finds a man. It's complete for just a couple.
And for Staples, they're going to do that just to remind Ward and the Mustangs that we can throw the football. It's not a big gain, but for them, it's kind of a little psychological advantage that they're trying to maintain.
Tight end Ryan Fitton made the catch. We're down to 25 to go in the first. By the way, when time allows, I will tell you media royalty in the booth tonight. I mean, this, I don't even know that I'm worthy to be here.
I know I'm not.
Second down play coming. Speed had it batted and incomplete. Intended for Colin Hoy. So it'll bring up third, and let's call it a long 8. Down to 5 to go in the first quarter. Boy, it doesn't matter what you do. Anywhere you put your pad of paper, it's going to get dripped on tonight.
You almost have to use your clipboard as a shield.
Yeah, almost. And that is going to be... Hang on. For Eric Gendron and the crew in the booth, we will double check. I don't know that that's the end of the quarter. No, it is not.
Well, I think what happened was they left the clock running accidentally after the incomplete pass.
5 seconds left, right. All right, ready to go with a 3rd and 8. 4 seconds.
He wants 4 seconds.
And there we go. Final play of the quarter coming up on a 3rd and 8.
You just set the clock until they stop staring.
Yeah. I'll spare you the commentary. Out of the eye, they'll hand it off. No, they won't. It's Speed around the right side. Speed bringing it near side. 30, 25, 20 down the right side. 15. Speed kills the end of the first quarter. 7-0 as we take a timeout. The Wreckers take a 7-0 lead into the first intermission break on the Ethan Berger touchdown run. They lead Fairfield Warde, as I said, 7-0. We get ready to come back to Staples High School right after this. Staples 7, Fairfield Warde 0. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking. To a partner that makes small businesses feel big. Where community comes first. Where high-tech tools go hand in hand with a human touch. Where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver. Where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
Got to reset to 12 minutes. I think he's working on it.
Back with you at Staples High School with Chris Kalen. I'm Rob Adams. Second quarter getting ready to get underway. 7-0. The Wreckers on top.
I still owe you $5. What did I tell you about? I'm sorry.
First down for the Wreckers. They move from right to left now. Ball slung to the right side, and it falls harmlessly incomplete. Intended for Hoy. Slung, not my best choice of word.
It's actually accurate. And you watch Speed the way he threw the football. It looked like he was trying to go around some of the linemen in front of him.
I sound a little too much like Dizzy Dean. Dizzy Dean, of course, was a great baseball pitcher, Hall of Famer, but also became known as a broadcaster later in his career. Yes, a broadcaster. And he slaughtered the King's English. The Queen would not be thrilled with Mr. Dean, who did the game of the week on CBS. Pitch going up the middle. Nice pitch, left side, and leaning in near the end zone, unable to get in.
Nice play. Gillen! Gillen!
As Dillon around the left side.
Gilligan's Island!
Evan Gillen, and it's first and goal for the Wreckers at the 1 yard line.
Tremendous effort by Gilliland. Unfortunately, the one quick trip and then the elements did the rest.
The 6'1", 205 senior. 3 in the backfield. Speed under center. Looked like they jumped, but no indication. And Berger could walk in, grab flies while he's at it. Touchdown, Wreckers.
Quick bounce by Berger. Just a quick handoff right off tackle. And the center and the guard be able to clear out a spot for him to get through.
So the Wreckers are all in favor of scoring quickly in the quarter. Tricarico on for the extra point. Snap is a little high, spot, kick, end over end, spinning to the right, and it is good. A half-minute gone by in the second quarter, and the Wreckers now take a 14-0 lead. Cato and I come back to Staples Stadium right after this. You're watching high school football, the FCIAC, on the HAN Network.
Carl Chevrolet is proud to sponsor HAN Network's coverage of the area's best high school sports. No matter the sport, competition in the FCIAC is spirited, so get out and cheer on your favorite team. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to bring HAN Network with you to keep up with the action. Visit Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
14-0 Wreckers, or 14-0 Ethan Berger at this point, or at least he has 12 of the points. Temperature hovering right around the upper 40s, feels a lot cooler than that. Anyone complaining about the heat? Yeah. Talk to us now. I'd take the heat back at this point.
At least you can go in the pool.
That's always my way of thinking. Turn on the air conditioning.
Never gonna work. Not gonna work.
Life's not that bad. I'm not a cold weather guy. As much as I love football and hockey for that matter.
Yeah, I never could figure that out about you.
Yeah.
Not a cold weather guy, but
I love hockey. Love basketball.
Football trying to escape in the wind.
Somebody needs to hold it. Thank you.
Parents just know all about this game.
Tricarico for the kickoff.
Put your finger on it.
See? Thanks, Coach.
Here is the kickoff. Here it is. Booted down to the 6. Starting to his right. Waiting. Looked like Azarian to get across the 20, and that will be it. Actually, it is not. I think it was 21. No, it was 24. Okay. He had 21 right behind him. Trey Sauner. Brendan Massoud makes the stop.
Tremendous coverage by Staples. They got down on that play very quickly. Contained him in the corner, and pretty much forced him to run into his own players with the pushback they gave.
40 seconds gone, second quarter. 14-0. Wreckers leading the Mustangs, and Potenza ready to go to work with the receiver out to the left, out of the eye. He'll hand it off, waiting, bobbing, weaving for about a yard to the 21. Not a lot there. And it's thought it was Azarian on the carry again, but in any event, they will mark that about a half yard back, call it second and a long 11. I mentioned royalty in the booth tonight. I will get around to that point. with 10:35 to go before intermission. 14-0 Wreckers out of the eye. A receiver near side right. Under center, Potenza uses the hand fake and then gives it off. And a nice run up the middle for Azarian near the 30-yard line, a gain of 9.
Azarian was able to use the blocking that the front line gave. They showed a power to one side. He's able to counter and find a hole in the Staples line where there was just pretty much 0 bodies there where he went through. Goes through untouched and gets picked up by the safety.
And I'll correct myself. It's closer to a gain of 7. So it'll set up 3rd and a long 4. Under center, receiver near side right. They'll go to the ground. It's Azarian just looking for an opening. He'll get a yard, maybe 2. And it'll look like it'll be a 3 and out for the Mustangs.
Staples just doing a tremendous job at the front line, trying to work off their blockers. They recognize that it's probably going to go through the middle, and they don't overcommit to anything. They don't overcommit to the block, to pushing back. They just do enough to be able to see the running back, the ball carrier, whoever it is, and get off the block and make the play.
They gave him the first down. Wow. They were able to extend it for the first down, Cato. So it'll be a first down, indeed, on the near side hash mark at the 33. Fake the first handoff, give it around the left side. Trying to get an extra burst was Chris Gingy.
In forward progress, it looks like they gave him about a yard on the carry.
You know what I can say for the first time probably ever in my career? The guys in the truck, ... they wondered what was going on with the spot of that ball, but it was favorable and it was a first down. After a gain of about 3, I love saying that, the guys in the truck.
Yeah, but it's not your normal truck.
2nd and a long 8 and hammered right back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like Azarian, and fired up is the Staples defense. Bring up 3rd and 10. Indeed, we are motoring around in FCIAC Rig 2.0, the cruiser. And boy, that come in handy tonight.
What was Rig 1?
Rig 1 was the rental that we had for the FCIAC tour. You didn't get to see that.
Oh, okay. It looked like the same one from the pictures.
No, this is a new toy. This one might even be better.
Oh, so initially we were in the hoopty.
Nah. 3rd and a long 9 now. Back inside the 35. Shotgun snap, Potenza, quick sling out to his left and incomplete. He had an idea of a receiver, and that receiver would have been open, but he didn't make the cut. Mike Whiting. So 3 and out, and this time, well, make it 6 and out, or 7 and out. You count it, Cato.
I'll go with what you've got, right?
Okay,
You're doing a great job.
Yeah. You've got nothing, back to me. Gotcha.
No, but you see Fairfield Warde, they actually were able to get the numbers in the Staples passing zone out in the middle. They got guys in space. It was just the rush was too much for the quarterback to get any kind of view on the play.
On comes the punt team, high snap, and Azarian gets it off. It'll spiral down, being taken at the 37, spinning to his left for a couple. And it was Hoy on the return. Of course, when you come to Staples, and me as a guy who loves broadcasting, loves talking broadcasting, I think of all of my good friends here, WWPT, and the great work that these young broadcasters do, and my good buddy Mike Zito right off to the left of Cato, and just truly the best in the biz. Love talking about the business with these guys, and they've got a future star in Mr. Cooper Boardman down to our right. He is on the air on 91.1 tonight. And a timeout spent here. Nope, correction, no timeout. Thanks to everybody here in the booth. They keep us honest. You can find them, and correction, 90.3. It's Wrecker Radio. You can find them, and you can find them online. And again, just great work by these guys.
No, it looks like they had set. There was a penalty on the play, and it was.
Ball back to the 24-yard line of the Wreckers.
So the penalty will move the ball back.
It's hard to see what it was. I didn't even see a flag come out on the play.
There's a lot of things. Nope, no flag. Now it's all set.
Oh, okay.
Shotgun set. Rolling left speed. Speed fires. It's low near the 26, and it's incomplete. Two other friends of ours and good people around these parts, Pete Paguaga and Mary Albel, both right behind us and writing their notes, tweeting away. Both good follows on Twitter, should you be so inclined to follow them. When they're not giving me a hard time, that is.
Yeah, it's the fact that, we're FCIAC.
No, not at all.
I'm joking.
They're FCIAC people, sort of.
No, it's the folks outside the FCIAC.
No, they were giving me a hard time about something else. They were calling me just a rookie. 2nd and 10, pass right, complete, around the right side, and it gets out near the 33-yard line.
Ball is caught by number 8, Evan Gillen.
Gillen makes the catch.
It'll be about a yard short of the first down. Now you're seeing Staples start to run little bootlegs off to each side, really trying to poke at the secondary, trying to put more points on the board.
Staples on top, 14-0, with a 3rd and let's call it a long 2 at the 33. A receiver will come out to the near side left. Ready to go. They go to the ground. Speed, a big opening. Now it closes as 2 tacklers converge on him near the 45.
Speed with the quarterback keeper. Thought about the option pitch off to his left. Decided there's enough space I can get the first down and more, and decides to run with it.
So a first down for the Wreckers. And the ball on the 45. They'll move from right to left from the near side hash. They lead 14-0, 6:18 to go before the break. Out of the eye, receivers to each side. Again to the ground, straight handoff, wrapping his arms around it is Berger. Berger down to the 42.
Good enough for another Staples first down, tackled by number 40.
Excellent first half by Staples so far. They're controlling the clock, keeping the time of possession, and even on defense, they've done an excellent job keeping Fairfield in the middle of the field to keep the clock working in their favor.
Ball down at the 43 on the near side hash. Wreckers leading 14-0 on 2 Ethan Berger touchdowns. 2 receivers will go out to the right, 1 near side left, 2 in the backfield with Speed. Speed gives, and taken down immediately is Berger after maybe a half yard. Tackled by Connor Gallagher, the senior linebacker, 5'8", 186.
And for Fairfield, what you need the turnovers. You've got 5 minutes to go in the first half. You're down 2 possessions easily. You really need to focus on trying to get the ball back, not let Staples control the possession.
A receiver to each side with a shotgun set. They go to the ground now, play action, setting up, deep ball over the middle. Got a man, but overthrowing him. Man-to-man coverage down near the 11.
And getting that ball up into the air. It looks like the wind has let up just a little bit. You could tell by the rain and the lights. It looked like Speed may have just misjudged the wind when he threw that football because he just overshot his target.
Senior Sam Arciola was the intended receiver. Tough night to throw the ball, so when you're a ground and pound team like the Wreckers, certainly it's the way to live. 3rd and 10 now at the 43. Speed takes it, looks left, slings it left. He's got a man who drops it. Again, it's Arciola at the 35. You can certainly say it is the kind of night in which the ball might be a little slippery. You would certainly be entitled to make that point.
Absolutely, and Arciola just took his eyes off the ball for that quick second. He was already thinking to turn upfield and wasn't able to secure the football. I think normally on this type of night, that's a ball that he normally catches. Even if he does do that quick look upfield.
High snap, now the punt coming. First punt of the night is a boot coming over to the near side that's going to go out of bounds near the 10.
Kittens punt goes out of bounds at
14-0. And they will mark the ball.
out of bounds at the
Looking like at the 12. And it is.
out of bounds at the 12-yard line where it'll be a
Great punt. Tough field position for Ward to get started. You've got about you got just under 5 minutes to go. You really need to go down and put some points on the board, because at the rate the clock is moving, time is, as the great Yogi Berra would say, it is getting late early.
4:51 to go in the first half. Pitch goes to Azarian, had an opening, ducks down to get to the 19-yard line.
Had to work Yogi in there for you.
You did. We lost the great Yogi last week. Funeral this week. It was a who's who showed up for it, of course. Yogi with a connection to both New York teams. What a great life he had. Pitch right side is Arian again. He'll get near the 30, maybe the 31 with a flag down. We haven't seen many of them.
tackled by Julian Ross.
That came from the defensive side of the ball.
No gain on the play.
Staples showing frustration, and it's going against.
So easy to see. You don't want us to win by 30.
Cato, as we can obviously hear some very demonstrative fans regarding the officials. It reminds me of what went on last Friday, and I'm sure you were aware of it. You've done your fair share of officiating in other sports, of course, but you know a lot of those officials, and certainly I would be remiss if I didn't ask you for your thoughts on the Trinity Catholic Norwalk mess. We'll get it after this first down play. Right to the ground they go, and a lean forward near the 30. A very short gain. Gallagher for just a couple.
Yeah, you can say what you want. You know, I heard a lot of different things, whether or not they got it, whether or not the call was right. But to react that way in this type of setting is completely unacceptable. You can't start throwing bottles and just have an out-and-out revolt in the stands. Your parents, you have to be better than that.
I agree. Second, and let's call it a long 5. Another push forward for maybe 2. Azarian again.
And you can ask about the call, and I know it's a tough call to make, but everybody has to remember one thing. There's no avenue to fix it if it was a mistake.
Correct.
At this level, there just isn't that, it's not the NFL, it's not college, where you have cameras at every corner of the end zone, at every spot in the field. You don't have a drone flying over top. You don't have that. The officials are pretty much, you have that one split second to make that call, and you go with what you make.
I continue to believe, and I know it's a little different because it's not the spirit of the role, but I still think Sean Ireland should not have received a suspension. Down to 2:47 to go in the first half, and a timeout taken by Ward. And look, I understand he received 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. He automatically ejected for this week. But that being said, I just feel like these were special circumstances.
You know what?
And I know we'd be creating all kinds of a slippery slope. I get that, Cato, but
I don't look at it that way. I look at it from a perspective of, the second one you could say, well, maybe he shouldn't have had. But you know what? You got the first one.
It'll be a third down play when we resume with 2:47 to go before the break. New Fairfield beat Massac today 41-13 as we glance around. There are some games going on tonight. Only one game has been moved. New Canaan's game got moved to Monday. But otherwise, everybody else is playing.
Nice and sunny and dry.
Yes, sir. By the way, I've got a little other bookkeeping to take care of. Coming here with 2:47 to go in the first half. 14-0. Wreckers on top. Shotgun snap, Potenza take, shoulder fake. Now he's going to try to run with it, ducks it down. carries tacklers. A good run for Jack Potenza across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Friends, a reminder for you, we nominate players and athletes of the week. A male and a female are the winners each week, and we announce them during FCIAC game day. This week, the winners, Ridgefield High quarterback Drew Fowler, and the female winner of the week, Trumbull High volleyball player Sydney Adams. No relation, so no hocus pocus on my part. Play clock down to 9 in a 14-0 game.
I really didn't even think of that, Rob.
You just never know. Pitch coming near side is Arian, looking for his opening, and he got bent like a pretzel. A gain of a yard, maybe.
And surprise play calling on the part of the Mustangs. Staples has pretty much dominated you at the point of attack all game. Why would you try to run to the short side of the field? Why not go to the bigger side where you have more space to work, and it gives the ball carrier a little bit, some more options as far as cutting in direction.
Elliott Pooley made the stop. They'll go right back out of that wing. A man will start in motion. The inside handoff again will push near the 45, very short gain. And we'll get a timeout taken by Staples now with 1:37 to go before the break.
Staples has been very good tonight at controlling the middle of the field. That middle of the point of attack, right at that point from the center into two guard positions. They've really been able to plug that and maintain their gap control and just forcing Fairfield to look at other options. Every once in a while they go back to it to see maybe they can punch through it, and Staples continues to shut it down.
Mike Suppy was out at the New Fairfield Massac game today. He noted the 41-13 final score. So plenty of games going on tonight, and then a few more tomorrow in the FCIAC.
See a gentleman down in front would make a good friend for my daughter Ashley with his Patriots.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You see a football fan, it's bye week, so it's like, now I don't know what to do. She's mad at you.
Why is she mad at me? What did I do?
She's more mad at your Steelers.
Oh, please. Don't get me going.
She picked them in the office football.
What an awful game last night. 3rd and 7 near the 45 in Mustang territory. From shotgun, rolling left, Potenza. Potenza's a right-hander as he takes it around the left side. He almost scattered for the first down. He's going to up about a yard short, Cato, at the 49.
The hard part about that pursuit is Potenza had two receivers downfield about 20, 30 yards where he could have thrown it to. But the Staples pursuit being too much, he was unable to plant to make a throw. And you could see him on the run. He wanted to plant and throw. He knew he had the guys open, but he just knew he couldn't get anything on the ball to get it down to him.
And a timeout taken by Staples with 91 seconds remaining in the first half. According to Twitter, Pete Piguaga's fingers are struggling right now. I can understand that. I was struggling before.
Struggling now.
Interesting game with Southington trailing Glastonbury 27-21 at the half. Or is it 21-17? I thought I saw 20. No, it's 31-27. I beg your pardon. A slight error by Sean Patrick Bowley, but again, chilly night.
Well, he got his tweet. He's got to get a new tweet in there. That's his thing. It's cold. He's probably having a hard time going with it, doesn't he?
He's a good guy. We saw him last week. He was over at Greenwich. If you follow any of us on Twitter, there are plenty of interesting pictures and various being tweeted out by the gang. Looks like Dave Stewart's enjoying the comfort of the HAN Cruiser.
Oh, yeah, just the mobile headquarters is...
Shelton shutting out Notre Dame of West Haven 14-0 at the half. A pick six by the Shelton Gales. Now here we go with 4th and 2 right near the 49. Will they snap it in shotgun? Receivers to each side, 2 left, 1 right. Potenza seems in no rush. Now he does take it. Play action, rolls to his left. Not the greatest idea, and down he goes at his own 49. He'll lose 2.
And Potenza tries to sell the pistol handoff, even to the point where he's not even square with his offensive line. He's off to the side. Hands it in, tucks it, and Staples breaks right through that front line and then just chases him to the side.
FCIAC games tonight. Greenwich at Bridgeport Central should just about be over at this point. Norwalk is at Ridgefield, McMahon at Stamford, and of course this game. A couple of games from the SCC as well, plenty of them in fact. 14-0 here. Looking to throw speed, gets it down and complete to the 44-yard line. Gillen on the catch. It's a gain of about 5. Two receivers left, 2 right. Low snap, rolling right, speed. Speed has to get around the man. Now tuck it away, running to this side. 40, 35, and he's out of bounds with a first down at the 34-yard line.
Excellent coverage in the secondary by the Mustangs. They're able to shut down all the receivers. Unfortunately, there was not enough people to get into the backfield and deal with speed.
First down at the 35-yard line in Mustang territory. 1 receiver out to the left. 3 will go far side right. Berger will stay as the protector in the backfield. Play action, speed, sets up, angles a ball. A prayer that's going to be overthrown down near the 2. Into double and almost triple coverage.
He was triple covered.
Fitting the intended receiver. 53 seconds to go first half. 14-0 Staples.
And Fitton, just a giant among among the triple coverage there.
6'5", 230, and a junior.
Wearing number 87 of another giant tight end for the New England Patriots, Rob Gronkowski. Now the cold is making my teeth chatter.
Shotgun snap on 2nd and 10. Little play fake, then flip it out to the right. Nice play call, right sideline. A first down and a flag down. And somebody needs a hug.
We're probably going to have a holding.
Ryan Fitton, of course, and I recall this, he had a no-hitter last year for Staples baseball. And the hold against the Wreckers will bring the play back. It'll nullify the whole thing. And I love the play call. Little play action fake, flip it out to the right side, Cato, and let your receiver do the rest.
No, I didn't mean anything that you held on.
Absolutely, in the holding penalty, and I could see it from here. It's the elements. It's that little slippage, and where the blocker just gets a hold of the defender. And when he loses his balance, the defender goes down with him.
Staples baseball went to the FCIAC championship game last year, a game that you heard and saw right here on the HAN network. Before Wilton won in extra innings. 2nd down play, pass complete near side. 20, knocked out of bounds as he runs a man over. Evan Gillen making the catch, and a first down for the Wreckers with a half minute to go in the first half.
Staples going right back to the air, a little short pass, able to get the opening in the field right in front of him. Gillen just turns upfield and just lays out his would-be tackler.
A first down at the Ward 17-yard line. They move from right to left on the near hash. 2 receivers go out to each side. 1 in the backfield is Ethan Berger, and Andrew Speed takes the shotgun snap, gives it to Berger, who has 2 touchdowns, make it 3.
Ethan Berger on that quick handoff, a little quick cutback between the guard and the tackle, and he's able to find his way through. And the Mustangs had to play defended well. They had everybody in position to stop him, but Berger using the quick feet just to cut back, and he's able to get everybody off balance and create his own hole.
Tricarico coming up for the extra point. Here's the snap, spot, kick up, and it is good. It's a triple-decker burger as we get ready to take a timeout here at Staples High School. Staples 21, Fairfield Warde nothing. You're watching high school football, the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Back to school means back to busy, and Stewart's Market can save you precious time by stocking all of your favorite essentials under one roof. For a healthy start to school, we have all the ingredients. Walter Stewart's, your family-owned fresh local market, 229 Elm Street and at stewartsmarket.com.
Do you do a lot of running around but get nowhere when you're buying a car? Visit Pamby Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram for the one-stop buying experience and stop spinning your wheels.
Behave tonight.
Welcome back to Staples High School with Chris Callen. I'm Rob Adams. 21-0, Staples on top. Fairfield Warde has had their chances, Cato, but they haven't been able to finish the job so far.
At times, they've moved the ball very well against Staples, and it's just Staples, just when the time comes, when they need to make the stops, they've been doing it.
Tricarico to make the kick.
And they have to figure out how to stop that triple whopper that is Burger.
A triple whopper, very nice. So, of course, you got to have a couple of guys in the crowd who decide to go shirtless on a 40 to 45-degree night. Many more opting for parkas and a few wool hats in the crowd, sweatshirts, ponchos, and the kickoff. Squibbing it, bouncing around, taken at the 16. That's Azarian, who got popped at the 25.
Tackled by number 27, Jack Griffin.
Take a picture.
Azarian's been trying very hard tonight to get something going as far as speed or any kind of push, but every time he looks like he's got that opportunity, someone from Staples clogs the hole and just trucks him.
That time, the license plate he has to check is that of Jack Griffin, a 5'11", 195 senior. And he hit him hard. Yes, we've got to get a picture of the shirtless guys in the crowd. So plenty of people having fun with that. 20 to go in the first half. For various and sundry reasons, Cato and I will not be those guys. Handoff going up the middle for a yard. It's Azarian to the 28. Anything you want to add to that?
I'm just going to let it go.
That's what I thought. Cato, I got nothing. Back to you.
It's not so much. Sometimes it's like, just let it go.
Best when you let it go.
Yes.
And the first half, indeed, comes to an end on that note, with the Wreckers leading 21-0. Thoughts?
For Fairfield Warde, go back in, look at everything, and just try to figure something out. Try to figure out how to work off the tackles, try to figure out how to try to beat the Staples front line, whether it's you're going to go through them, work in some wrinkles, try to give your quarterback some time maybe to throw the football, whatever you can do, anything you can come up with to help these guys out. Because, I mean, right now, Staples is in complete control. They're just imposing their will whenever they decide it's necessary, and, you know, especially for Fairfield, whenever they get any kind of momentum, Staples takes it right back. Fairfield needs to learn to sustain that momentum and keep their push going.
Cato's the hardest working man in showbiz, and as James Brown powers his way through this crowd here at Staples High School, our halftime score, 21-0, Staples leading Fairfield Warde. Shout out to the guys here tonight. I know John Kovac is on a camera, so is A.J. Simonowski. They were the guys who I saw out in the elements, and they certainly deserve a lot of credit for helping us bring you these pictures tonight. Eric Gendron directing back in a nice, warm, cozy, and I'm not picking on him for having that advantage, but a nice, warm, cozy RV.
Yeah, but he's not making any friends either being in the RV.
You know what? They fed us. We're happy. We're content, so I won't complain. Halftime, our score, the Staples Wreckers 21 and the Fairfield Warde Mustangs nothing. Halftime activities continue right here after this. You're watching high school football. It's the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances. Where community comes first. A place where there's more than one kind of interest. Where automation will never replace consideration. Where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
Football University, the nation's leading football training experience, is now accepting applications for its 2015 camps. Our elite faculty of NFL coaches and top professionals teach position-specific on the field and in the classroom to improve your football IQ and help you reach your full potential as a player. Apply today at footballuniversity.org. Football University, where technique plus talent beats talent alone.
While the temperatures are cooling down, the fall bite is heating up. Albies, bonita, blackfish, alligator blues, and stripers are following the large schools of bait that are abundant in the Long Island Sound. If you love the New England coast during autumn, this is the time to be on the water. The latest from Shimano, Quantum, Avet, Hoagie, Phase 2, and more are in stock and ready to go at the dock shop. And don't mind those fall breezes with jackets, hats, gloves, and fleece from Grundens and Stormer. The dock shop will keep you warm and dry. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The dock shop, now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark Building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Highcote Rockefeller Estate is Westchester County's top cultural attraction and is now open for the season. Don't miss out. Go online to hudsonvalley.org to plan your visit. Take a drive out to beautiful Sleepy Hollow, New York, and enjoy Highcote's stunning architecture, breathtaking gardens, expansive art galleries, and commanding Hudson River views. From world-class art by Picasso and Warhol to expertly tended gardens, there's something for everyone. Highcote Rockefeller Estate, a National Trust for Historic Preservation landmark.
Back at Staples High School, halftime. Staples leading 21-0 on top of Fairfield Warde. Chris Cameron will rejoin me in a little bit. I'm Rob Adams. Let's throw it into the rig right now, where Dave Stewart's waiting. Dave's got some information, halftime, and some pictures he's going to show us. Dave, it's all yours.
Are we ready to go? Going to have some pictures coming up here in a second. Here we go. We got them? Okay. Just, it's difficult taking pictures down there today because of the rain, and, obviously it makes it tough on a photographer, but, Staples seems to be doing a good job here with, now we got to make them making a tackle in one, run back on the kickoff for Fairfield Warde, a couple of touchdown runs in there. There's Ethan Berger carrying it in. Got another couple of running shots in here too. It's gone pretty good actually down there, but it's just the rain makes for a difficult time taking pictures. That's from the Staples sidelines. Okay, Rob, back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. 21-0 our halftime score as we move through halftime activities. Cato rejoining me now. And Cato, what do you do?
For Morris, just apply the pressure. If you're Staples, you want to keep the pressure on. You want to keep running the football. Every once in a while, go to the air to keep the Mustangs honest. But for the most part, everything you've done so far, you've done right. You had the one turnover, the one fumble by Berger, but as you can see, Fairfield wasn't able to capitalize on it. For the Mustangs, you have to block. You have to keep your quarterback upright. You can't have your quarterback keep running and being flushed out of the pocket. Your receivers are getting open in the Staples secondary, but you're not getting any time to get them to them. You got to be able to give the quarterback time to set up, plant, and just try to go attack this Staples secondary. The secondary itself for Staples has been unchallenged really all night long, and any attempt to pass has been short yardage at best. And honestly, if I'm the Mustangs, I use the long side of the field to my advantage. I might be able to utilize some team speed and some breakaways, pull some guards, and rotate everybody out to get blocking down the field and able to use that wide open side of the field to my advantage.
This was intended to be homecoming. It is technically the homecoming football game, but their pep rally was postponed to a further date, and a little disappointing, obviously, for the players. We talked to a couple of them, Jackson Ward, Ethan Berger, on our pregame show today. And, they both said, yeah, it's business as usual. They're going to play football. But at the same time, it's homecoming. They want it to be homecoming.
Yeah, you wish you could have that homecoming, the festivities, and everything going on. And unfortunately, just the elements were not in your favor. And the threat of the impending Hurricane Joaquin hanging over everybody's
Although it's
head.
going to pass us, thank goodness. Looks like it's heading out to sea. Knock on metal or whatever.
No, that really is great news. But unfortunately, it just throws a damper on the party.
It is indeed. It's been the Ethan Berger Show. And by the way, credit where credit is due. The triple burger reference was made by Eric Gendron, who's directing back in our mobile rig outside of Staples Stadium, and he gave me the line, so I got to give credit. I can't come up with all the puns, and somebody else can take credit for that one.
Well, Rob, when you're cold and numb like we are, and instead of sitting in a warm, heated room, it is much easier to think of these things on the fly.
Although that being said, and credit to everyone here at Staples, that from the AD to Mike Zito to everybody here, they just did everything they could to accommodate us, and we're right here in the thick of things out here in the booth and working with a bunch of great guys who have made things as comfortable for us as possible.
Absolutely, and you know what? With everything going on, they really have been tremendous. They've bent over backwards for us, and you can't ask really any more with what they have. And they've really made the most of the space for us. And I speak on behalf of the HAN Network family. You can't thank them enough.
Absolutely true. I have no problem with you making that statement on behalf of all of us. We should take a timeout and come back for the second half. The rain continuing to fall. It will do so all night. Temperatures are going to hover around the high 40s, low 50s, and it'll feel every bit of that, if not colder. Halftime score, Ethan Berger 21 and the Fairfield Warde Mustangs nothing. Staples leading 21-0. We continue after this at halftime right here on the HAN Network.
Sorry to tell you if you haven't read.
Remind you of the last time you went into a car dealership? Experience stress-free waters at Pamby Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram and find out how easy buying a car really is.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332. And online at stratfordsmile.com.
fast.
Have no fear. HAN Network's Fast Frights movie contest is here. Can your film make the cut? Submit your 3-minute scary movie today for a chance to win a DJI Phantom 3 drone, sponsored by Milford Photo. The only thing to fear is missing the deadline.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking. To a partner that makes small businesses feel big. Where community comes first. Where high-tech tools go hand in hand with a human touch. Where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver. Where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
Back to school means back to busy, and Stewart's Market can save you precious time by stocking all of your favorite essentials under one roof. For a healthy start to school, we have all the ingredients. Walter Stewart's, your family-owned fresh local market, 229 Elm Street and at stewartsmarket.com.
Second half getting ready to get underway, but we need another football team. Fairfield Warde's return to their sideline. The hometown Wreckers have yet to come back down. And I kind of like the way they come into Staples Stadium because they have to come out of their locker room, and it's almost like you got to walk past the I thank the good Lord for being a Yankee sign. It's a big Staples logo on the left side that, as you come down the stairs and come into the stadium, it's a nice entrance for these guys.
Couldn't be the play like a champion today.
I was going to go with that reference next. I was just giving an example. By the way,
I should have known you were going to go with the Yankee reference.
By the way, heartfelt congratulations to the 27-time world champions for their 10,000th win last night, as well as making their way into the 2015 playoffs. Nice to see the Bombers back in the playoffs, as well as the National League Eastern Division champion New York Metropolitans.
I was going to say it's a play-in game.
But they're in.
I look at it. Game 163. You know what? It is
I understand.
But for me, the playoffs don't start until if you lose. If you lose and go home in baseball, you're not in the playoffs.
In 1978, that was considered a one-game playoff. It was game 163. I understand that. In 2015, you've won a wild card title. Now, the Yankees will never, if they ever post a banner or a sign saying wild card champions, I throw in the towel at that point.
Well, I don't like any team doing that. I don't think it's something
like the Mets did.
I know that.
I know that.
And I know a lot of other teams have done it too.
I think that's Mickey Mouse time.
I mean, Miami has won 2 world championships. They've never won a division title.
That's correct. That is correct. 21-0 our halftime score. And now here they come. Count them in. Dos, tres, catorce. Okay, bring back the Wreckers. And back they come.
Being of Irish descent, I was still never a big fan of U2.
I've had moments where I really like them, moments where I thought they were the most overrated band on the planet, moments where they just kind of blend in.
They've done some good songs.
They have. But come on. You're also... do we really need to get into the Bruce Springsteen thing? Your dislike of the boss?
Well, I'm sorry, is everybody supposed to like them?
No, that's not true. No. I know plenty of... Well, you're not a big Billy Joel fan either.
I don't dislike Billy Joel, but, I'm not a big fan.
Just saying. taste is your taste. I'm not even picking on you.
I don't, sometimes I won't turn him off.
Team returns to the sideline, so says the John Mellencamp fan. 21-0 here. Ethan Berger, 3 touchdowns, 48, 1, and 17 yards.
Leave Mellencamp alone.
Go sing Jack and Diane for the 1 trillionth time.
We're going to sing Jack and Diane. I'll sing Our Country and go buy myself a Silverado.
The last Staples home game, Staples led 14-0 at the half, but Danbury came back and tied it at 14 until the Wreckers ended up winning 21-14. Again, I give credit where credit's due. Mike Zito with the little handoff. So give credit off to Eric for the good line about the triple burger.
His head's going to get way too big if you keep throwing that out there.
Eric?
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah, good point. Especially in that warm, heated rolling command center with the pizza and the soda in there.
It is very comfortable. There is a water here if you need one, by the way.
No, I'm still working on my tailgater Coke.
Okay.
It's not diet. It's regular.
Did you go ahead and wish happy birthday to somebody in the rig?
It was an early birthday wish, yes.
Early birthday wish. Reaching birthday number is the anchor of Coffee Break, one Kate Chaplinsky.
Now, Josh told me it was 42. That's what Josh Fisher told me. I don't believe him.
As we get ready for the second half kickoff. 2 deep for the Mustangs, down to our left. Wearing the road whites with the black pants. The black numbers outlined in red. These have been their colors for a long time, even dating to when they were just Fairfield High School, not Fairfield Warde. Kickoff taken, and it'll be grabbed at the 15-yard line, looking for a head of steam and not finding one right out near the 20. And the second half gets underway.
Well, we're going to see what kind of little wrinkle the Fairfield Warde Mustangs have come up with to start the second half.
Brendan Massoud made the stop for the Wreckers.
Now you have a lot of credit to the Staples Wreckers. Their special teams play on the kickoffs have just been tremendous. Great hustle, getting down the field on the ball carrier right away.
Long huddle up for the Mustangs. Now they break it. Potenza will work from under center. Rain continuing to just pour out there. First down near side. Brian Azarian breaks tackles. Gets just about 9 as he tumbles across the 30. Brian Azarian has been the workhorse. Riley Petta makes the stop.
And workhorse just doesn't say enough the way he's run all night. He's really worked hard. And you talk about blue collar right in the trenches, and he's been going right through the Staples line as best he can.
It's a first down. Ball down at the 32. From the near hash from left to right. Inside handoff. Nothing cooking. And thrown right back down is Connor Gallagher, the senior 5'8", 186, the fullback. Fullback has become a position that's almost not quite disappeared, Cato, but it's not as common, especially in this day and age of spread offense.
It's not as common and it's not as widely used. A lot of times you'll see the fullback, he'll work as a receiver out of the backfield on a screen or some kind of bootleg out. Primarily, he is there as a blocker. Sometimes you'll see him utilized in short yardage downs. I can't even speak.
2nd and 9. The pitch goes to Mike Whiting, and he is thrown down for a loss. Colin Hoy made the stop back inside the 30.
And you know it is raining hard when the rain looks like snow in the lights.
So it'll be 3rd and 12. A night in which you can absolutely see your breath as you breathe and the vapors just hanging in the wind. 3rd and 12. inside the 30, closer to the 29. 10:23 to go third quarter, 21-0 Staples. As Potenza takes it, didn't even try to fool. It was a quarterback draw, and he'll get to the 30, a gain of a yard. Not fooling anyone.
Potenza gets the ball, hesitates for a quick second, shows that he's going to throw. There's a nice opening for him to get through. And once everybody recognized that it was a quarterback draw, the hole just collapsed.
So 4th down and on to punt it away comes Brian Azarian. Colin Hoy waits at his own 40. Spiraling kick. Drives him parallel. Takes it at the 39. Starts forward. Stays inside the numbers. Bounces it outside. Thrown down at the 45. Roughed up after a gain of 5.
Not much room to move. Great punt. Kicks it over onto the short side, but outside the hash marks, and it prevents Hoy from getting any kind of momentum going in any direction.
We are planning to be at Stamford High School next Friday. The caravan rolls on. The Stamford Black Knights hosting, or rather at Danbury High School. Did I say Stamford? At Danbury High School, the Danbury Hatters hosting the Stamford Black Knights. That's correct, Rob.
Okay. Well, at least we got it correct.
Well, we got it. Takes a little time. At least the mouth isn't frozen. We've had that experience. First down at the 45. Holding it on the option, near side. Here it comes. Connor Adrian breaking tackles. He's off to the races. 15-10. One man to beat. He's got it. Touchdown. It's a 55-yard touchdown. And Connor Adrian advances the lead to 27-0.
Staples uses that wide side of the field to their advantage. Speed recognizes it. He's about ready to be closed on. Does the quick pitch. And it was off to the races for everybody else.
Connor Adrian from 55.
And for Adrian, once he got to the sideline, everything opened up for him and gave him all the space he needed.
Extra point coming. It's got the distance, and it is good. 9:21 to go in the third quarter. And the Wreckers have now advanced the lead to 28-0. The only question is there jealousy on the Staples sideline? We kid. Ethan Berger had the first 3. Now Connor Adrian jumps onto the scorecard. 28-0. Wreckers lead Fairfield Warde. As we pause from Staples High School, we continue right after this. You're watching high school football on a rainy, wet, cold Friday night. It's the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Back at Staples, 28-0. Here is the kickoff. Kicks it, brings it over, and it bounces out of bounds.
What is that, knuckleface?
17-yard line.
You expecting any calls?
That's not me.
Okay. I was going to say mine is turned off.
You sure?
I normally do a fair job of trying to remember to mute my phone or at least put it on vibrate.
Thank you for reminding me.
28-0 here, 8:55 to go third quarter. And an illegal procedure call against Staples High School.
Well, I will move it to the 35-yard line.
That is unofficially their 4th penalty of the night.
35-yard line.
And the ball down at the 35. From left to right goes Fairfield Warde on the near side hash. And the handoff from Potenza went back to Azarian. He'll lose maybe a half yard, maybe no gain, right back to the 35. 2nd and 10. 8:13 to go, third quarter, 28-0. Our broadcast brought to you by Walter Stewart's Market, Pamby Motors, Coastal Orthopedics, Carl Chevrolet, and Bankwell. Cato and I send a salute to our sponsors.
Thank God for those guys.
Absolutely. Love them. We chatted with Bankwell the other day in New Canaan. Some nice folks talking to us there. 7:45 to go, third quarter. Potenza tucks it away. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and stretch for an extra yard near the 36.
Potenza on the carry, tackled by number 76, Michael Overton.
Michael Overton made the stop. Great graphics on this new scoreboard that they've installed here. It's at the top of what you would call the north end zone, which is to our left. 7:13 to go, third quarter, 28-0. And third and call it 8 near the Mustang 37 between the hash marks. Two receivers go out to the right, out of the eye. Potenza, straight drop, flips it on a screen to the left side, breaking one tackle, now breaking a second, getting about 6.
And that's something new out of the Fairfield Warde Mustangs we haven't seen all night, is that little screen pass. And it was a great pickup for them.
And it'll bring up a fourth down.
Fortunately, it's too little of a play too late on this drive.
So Brian Azarian will go back into punt formation to send it skyward. Takes a good mask high snap, gets it away. It's taken on the run at the 32. Turning to the outside near the 39.
Good boy, Colin.
Colin Hoy on the return.
I'm surprised Hoy went up to take that kick. You would think, in a 28-0 game in weather like this, you wouldn't try to run up into a crowd to try to make that catch.
We mentioned the scoreboard, a new wrinkle here this year. Looks fantastic, just installed. In fact, they were taking it out of the boxes the day that the HAN Cruiser version 1 showed up.
To Enterprise A.
Yeah. Of course, this is also a field that has a play clock, and not everybody does. It's a nice luxury to have. First down for the Wreckers, looking for more, up 28. Speed gets hit as he comes off the left side to the 39.
Speed with the lateral run of no gain. Kind of thought about the little pitch, but thought better of it with the Fairfield Mustangs closing in on him.
Gabe Reel made the stop. Junior defensive back. 5:42 to go, clock running third quarter, 28-0.
Speed looks like he got that right hand dinged.
Ethan Berger scored 3 times, 48, 1, and 17. Connor Adrian from 55.
See how Speed handles it with that injured hand.
2nd and 10, looking to throw, slings it left, little high, but complete. Just kind of dropped it in there, and it's complete to Sam Arciola out near the 49. They needed to stretch past the 49 for it to be a first down, but it looks like the officials will say, gentlemen, move the chains.
That's a correction. That was his left hand that he's been flexing.
I thought I saw the indication of a first down, but instead it's 3rd and about a yard.
It's hard to tell off the angles where it is.
And if you can see in these great shots being put up by everyone back in the truck and out here outside, you can just tell just a deluge of rain coming down in a wind-blown rain as Speed carries it himself, pushing near the 49 into Warde territory. The good news for Fairfield Warde, it's a short drive out of here. They pop back down, maybe to 95, maybe they don't even bother going to 95, but the point is they only have to go really over to Black Rock Turnpike, just a couple of exits over.
It's a nice, safe ride home for them.
I'd sign for it.
Well, you've got a while to go. Your car comes with oars, doesn't it?
Start begging to sleep on the HAN Cruiser.
Yeah, good luck with that.
First down at the Ward 49. Inside handoff, pushes straight ahead, bulldozing.
I was actually surprised they let me on board.
John Maragos on the carry, a senior.
You can tell this new scoreboard's a big hit with the fans. Every time a student's face comes up, you can tell the parents are screaming.
Well, the graphics are terrific.
Oh, yeah.
Joining Darien and New Canaan among those with really nice scoreboards. And you would imagine some more are going to follow over the next couple of years. Out of the eye, receivers to each side on second down. Off the play fake to the near side, speed around the left edge, and he'll get a first down and more across the 35 near the 33 before he's roughed up right over on the near sideline by Gabriel. I mean, you just know, Cato, it won't be long before Greenwich makes some changes, but a flag down, it's going to be against the Staples Wreckers.
Yeah, Greenwich the last couple of years have had some problems, especially with the electrical system there. We've experienced a couple times working with WGCH with the lights going out, scoreboard shutting off.
Oh, Cato, myself, Chris Irway, and Ryan DeMaria was on our crew that night.
Yep.
We had ourselves a night at Greenwich High School probably about 4 years ago in which they lost power, blowing fuses in that booth no less than once a quarter.
And I think it was Greenwich and New Canaan, which was a great game.
I think it was Greenwich and Ludlow. It was not a great game, if I recall. But you may be right. Second and long, play action, rolling right, speed set. Speed over the middle has got a man at the Ward 43 who stretches right near the first down.
That's my boy!
And I remember that game, too, because I think, it was New Canaan, because I think you broadcasted about half the third quarter from a cell phone.
Correct. Senior Ben Thaw made that reception almost for a first down. Yeah, for large chunks, we had the advantage back then of being able to call into a studio and get back on the air that way. So I did do large chunks of that game, and it's not the first game I've done, holding a phone to my ear.
Essentially Rob from Mayapack doing play-by-play on the phone.
Shotgun set on third and a yard. And the handoff pushes up the middle for a first down and more off the right side to the 35.
That's my boy!
John Maragos for a first down. 28-0 Staples with 3:18 to go, third quarter.
And it's just unbelievable how great Staples has been in controlling the tempo, controlling the point of attack, the way they've worked this front line, and they're just wearing down these Mustangs.
3:08 to go, third quarter, 28-0. Two receivers make it three near side left, one out to the right, out of shotgun, looking, setting up a screen, and now down goes Speed back at the 41.
And it's really the first big loss Staples has experienced tonight.
I thought that was junior defensive lineman Jalen Jennett on the sack, but sometimes the vision can be a little difficult.
Well, a double wet pane of glass in front of me isn't helping much, but we're trying. But it really was. It's just somebody missed their blocking assignment from Staples.
Second and long, slinging it left side. He finds a man. It's Thaw down near the 36, so right back near the original line of scrimmage. This is the second press box on this site that I can recall going all the way back to the early 2000s. There was a wooden facility right here that you climbed into from the very back of, kind of climbed up a couple of stairs and came into it. Then they did major renovations to Staples Stadium. In fact, they tried to do one game from the far side visiting bleachers, a big Greenwich Staples game. I think that was 2003. 1:39 to go third quarter, 28-0.
make about the 20-yard line.
But, of course, batteries on phones kept dying.
Yeah.
That didn't go very well. That was a long day.
Good thing I turned off my phone, too. Would have been going crazy.
A couple of times we wound up outside doing games. I think this is only the second game I've actually done in this booth.
Well, yeah, the first Staples game I did with you was an adventure.
Don't.
It was an adventure.
Memories.
Just let that go. We'll just leave it at that.
3rd and 10. Maybe that's a Nutmeg Sports story. We can tell that on Nutmeg Sports sometime. Receivers out to each side. Rolling right. Speed fires a bullet. Tipped around and almost intercepted down near the 15. Good job by Mike Whiting to knock it away.
Whiting, Speed had the big tight end wide open, and Whiting just able to get his hand up there and deflect the ball. Well, apparently, looking at my phone, my son Shane has discovered fantasy sports.
Oh, goodness.
He's football. Now he's starting to, I tried to explain to him, hockey season doesn't start for another week. And he's ready to set up and start doing that.
Our good friend Sean Saylor has tweeted out a picture of Eric Gendron and Dave Stewart looking some things over during the halftime show. Setting up on a play here. This is tipped and knocked out of bounds on 4th and 10 at the 36. Speed intending on the near side. And knocked away by Jake Hyos. But I tend to agree. They look a little too dry. And they do. Too dry and too warm, which Eric is too happy to remind us that he is dry, warm, and it's the nature of the beast. It's, it's...
I don't know. Are they actually working in there?
You never know. Dave likes to talk, so he could just be talking in there.
I mean, they could just. They could be watching baseball on there.
They could be. Final weekend of the regular season.
I believe the Texas Rangers have clinched the AL West title.
They did. They clinched it last night, I believe. 35 to go, third quarter, 28-0 Wreckers. A receiver goes out, far side left. Trey Saunier. Shotgun snap, looking, running. Potenza tries to deke out a runner. He does. He gets nearly a first down and now stretches for a first down. Well past midfield and a flag at the 44-yard line. Big run for Potenza, biggest play of the night. But hold everything pending the laundry.
Tackled by number 32.
It's a face mask by Staples.
So this will be some of the deepest penetration for...
So a big run just got even bigger.
So that big run didn't quite get smotched, or new invented word. Not liking the open window, huh, Cato?
Well, I really don't want to get electrocuted from all the blowing water in.
That water's been blowing in for a while.
No, I know. Now it's starting to get flooded over there. My Coke can almost knocked out poor Mike Zito.
I noticed that.
Took off flying.
Now we get another flag down. Are we going to tack something on? It's just a sideline warning. Move everybody back.
Back up, boys.
15 to go, third quarter, 28-0 Staples. Two receivers near side right. Out of the eye for Potenza from under center. He takes it, fakes the handoff, now gives it left side. Some room there. Bouncing it to the outside and staying right near a first down. And the third quarter will come to an end on that note. So Staples tacks another one on, and they lead by 28 heading into the final frame. We will start that final quarter right after this. 3 in the books at Staples High School, and the Wreckers lead Fairfield Warde 28-0. Come on back right after this for the finish of this one. It's Friday night football under the lights on a rainy night. You're watching high school football, the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Welcome back to Staples High School. Not quite the end of the quarter. An untimed down is set here as it's thrown to the left side, getting a first down across the 30 to the 27, and a flag at the end of the play.
Another flag on the play.
Looks like it could be on Staples for a late hit.
They wanted to be able to go with the wind, too. I'm joking. Are you confused at all?
And they're going to tack on more, a personal foul.
It's defensive penalty, yeah.
Quarter never ending. How come the quarter won't end?
Because you can't end the quarter on a defensive penalty.
That would be it, yeah.
You cannot end the quarter on a defensive penalty.
So hold everything. He's still trying to figure out what's going on out there, Cato.
It's raining. That's what's going on.
That's what it is. The brain is wet. So we'll do it again.
You can't end the quarter on a defensive penalty.
What?
You can't end the quarter of the game on a defensive penalty.
Welcome back, Cato.
Thank you.
You're a responsible human being.
I don't think that's correct.
Two receivers come out to the right.
The game maybe, but not the
Shotgun snap, ready to go. Rolling left. We're making up new rules here, and down goes Potenza at the 20. Jeez.
Well, if you can do it, why are they doing it? That's what.
Okay. No flags. Quarter over. Cato's not throwing a flag. Nobody else in the booth is throwing a flag. Mary Alba might. She's dangerous. Fourth quarter after this. 28-0 Staples. We'll be right back on the HAN Network.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances. Where community comes first. A place where there's more than one kind of interest. Where automation will never replace consideration. Where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
Fourth quarter ready to get underway at Staples High School with Chris Allen, our entire crew, Eric Gendron directing, all the folks back in the HAN Cruiser. I'm Rob Adams. Fourth quarter ready to get underway, and the Staples Wreckers holding a 28-0 lead on the Fairfield Warde Mustangs. And a first down for the Mustangs inside the Wrecker 15-yard line. They'll move from right to left. Potenza rolling right, still rolling. Hasn't thrown the ball a lot. Throws it into the end zone. It's a prayer, and it looks like it's intercepted. And apparently not. It's incomplete, knocked away. A lot of arms down there, but it's incomplete. Third and 11 when we resume.
Nice opportunity for the Mustangs to take a shot in the end zone. In Staples, they were able to get guys back, and they read the play very well.
In the meantime, Southington is tied at 41 in that game, so that's a fun one with Glastonbury. Third and 11.
Come on, defense!
At the Wrecker 14. 28-0. A man goes in motion from the far to near side. Three receivers out to the left, and timeout. Mustangs.
Right out on the field for Fairfield Warde.
Gotta be kidding me. It's freaking freezing up here.
So for the Mustangs, that is their first charged timeout. They have 2 remaining, while the Wreckers have all 3. We'll take a quick timeout because Cato's nodding. 28-0. We're back after this to Staples on the HAN Network.
Does buying a car leave you feeling like you're chasing your tail? Head straight to Penalties Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram and take car buying in a whole new direction.
Back in Westport at Staples High School, 28-0. Ridgefield leading Norwalk 18-7 at the end of 3. Amity up on Cheshire 12-3. Teams have combined for 9 turnovers.
Guess nobody wants to hold on to the football in that game.
Seriously.
Huh? Here, you take it. No, you take it.
28-0 and 3rd and 11. A receiver out to the left, shotgun. Potenza sets over the middle. Does have a man who tumbles down near the 3.
As the clock continues to tick.
And it's complete to Clayton Mitchell.
And the Mustangs finally able to find space.
Now we'll stop the clock.
What's that signal? We don't understand it.
The stop of the clock comes with 11:26 to go. They'll go for a measurement, sure.
Oh, they're measuring. You're kidding me.
As Mike Zito handed us off a stat, Staples in the last 8 quarters have outscored their opponents 72-0.
I know he doesn't want the job, but this guy Zito could be a statistician for us.
I might as well just give him my headset. I'd give him my headset, go sit in the cruiser.
The record, or rather the Mustangs, come up just a hair short of the first down inside the 5 at the 4. A little closer to the 3 now that I get a better look at it. Fourth and a yard, 4th and inches to be exact, with the receiver out to the right. They'll go to the ground, and it's not going anywhere. Azarian on the carry, and the Wreckers able to shut him down, and the shutout streak continues as Staples will take over on downs.
And Staples, they just stack the line, see that the ball is going to be run, and pretty much the Mustangs go with one wide receiver out, and they just recognize that they're going to get that ball to their left side, and they just stack the box and get in the backfield and shut it down.
Newtown on top of Bethel, 42-0. Bunnell knocked off Weston 34-14. That's a final. Southington has now taken a 48-41 lead with 8:02 to play. First down, trying to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. The Wreckers will run it straight up the middle near the 9.
Adrian on the carry.
I don't know if you announced that Greenwich goes to 2-1 with a 42-0 victory over Central.
I didn't see that. Thank you very much.
Our friend Paul Silverfarb.
Who?
That guy.
I've heard that name before. Where do I know him from?
Some dude that works in Greenwich.
Last time I mentioned his name on the air, I got a bunch of texts saying that I was picking on him.
You were picking on him?
Nah. But he did call.
Does he want to be picked on? I can pick on him.
Well, you know, to the ground they go, right side, now running up the middle. Adrian's got some running room, near side, carries tacklers to the 40.
It's
a gain of 35.
Just a great off-tackle run for Adrian. He's able to get outside the numbers, gets some movement, and just then turns on the jets and heads over to the sideline, and it's just a great move on his part.
To cue people in, by the way, Paul Silverfarb, of course, was sports editor in Greenwich for many years and a good friend of both Cato and myself, and many here in this press box know Paul quite well.
And for this fourth quarter, look for Staples to keep the clock running. They're going to work toward the middle of the field. Hopefully they don't go too much to the sidelines.
Right back to the ground they go off the right side for a short gain.
Don't hurt that child.
John Margos.
There was John Maragos on the carry. A gainer, let's call it a yard. 9:28 to go, fourth quarter, 28-0.
Second down and 8. The ball is spotted at the 43-yard line of Staples.
The ball on the 43 on the near hash. From left to right go the Wreckers in the blue and white with those great silver helmets. Right back to the ground they go. Maragos left side carries across the 45 to the 47-yard line. And the tackle made by Jalen Jennett, the junior defensive lineman. 8:55 to go.
An excellent work by Jennett getting off of his blocker to make the play.
Third down play coming. Third and let's call it a long 5. Speed takes it, looks to his right, now brings it over the middle. Has a man, first down and more. Tripped up at the Ward 41-yard line. And a first down for the Wreckers.
And it's just not fair. You've got a receiver that big coming over on a crossing route, and he throws the ball up to where none of the other defenders can get to it, and he's just a big man, just a little jump makes the catch.
So a first down for Staples. They lead by 28 with 8:24 to go. Well on their way to being 3-0 on the year. 2 receivers come out near side right. One goes to the far side left. Shotgun snap. Play fake off the option. Almost dropped, but a good job to hang on to it. Running straight up the gut. Turning left, and it's a first down near the 11-yard line.
Excellent hustle by Moy, able to keep upright. Could have turned to the sidelines, chooses not to, cuts back to the middle of the field in an attempt to score, but for the most part, he gets that first down and the clock continues to move.
24 yards and a first down, Cato, in a 28-0 game. And Daniel Thompson is checked in at quarterback, a 5'11", 150 sophomore. Works out of the eye with receivers to each side. Takes it, falls down, and, well, got tripped up.
Clearly, when he comes to turn around, he gets caught up, and it looks like he got caught up on the center's foot and just falls to the ground.
For a loss on the play, that'll move the ball back to the 20.
NFA up on Griswold 34-6 over on the other side of the state. Middletown over Ram 48-0. 4.5 to go in that one. Amity leading Cheshire 12-10, fourth quarter.
You look, and Staples is starting to rotate some of their starters out.
Shelton beat Notre Dame of West Haven 17-7. Straight up the middle. Maragos gets down near the 10. Looks like Stamford's going to hold on to win. 26-22, Scott Erickson tweeting. Stamford will knock off McMahon.
He's not inside for that game.
No, he's tough.
And the wind just blew over the kicking net for Staples.
Yeah, I saw that. Here it's 28-0 with 6.5 to go. Rolling left, a lot of rolling. Now turning it off the left side. Looked like a flag flew, and it did. A couple of flags, in fact.
It's probably going to be a hold.
Daniel Thompson on the carry, but there is a flag on the field.
There it is.
It's a hold against the Wreckers. That'll back them up.
Thanks to Steve D'Amato tweeting tonight at THS Photo Guy. Said good job with the broadcast in difficult conditions. Enjoying some FCIAC football and staying dry. Steve, we thank you.
Stay dry, Steve.
And we're doing our best to stay dry here as well.
We're not doing as well as some guys, though.
No. I'm gathering you would mean one Eric Gendron.
Oh, Eric's just going in the barrel tonight.
He's trying to fire back at you, by the way. I'm just saying.
That moves the ball back to the 19.
Yeah, Eric's making fun of me. He's sitting in the trailer in his bunny slippers.
6:13 to go. Had a great time with everybody here tonight under fairly wild conditions and a good time overall. After the penalty, they'll go right back to the ground, running to the right side, possibly going to pitch it, going to hold on to it. Yes, he is, and thrown down across the 20. So Thompson just running with it, taking some time off the clock, down to 5:48 to go. Staples trying to pitch the shutout. They're up 28-0. It'll bring up a fourth down, which they will mark near the 15, and looking like they will line up for what would be a 34-yard field goal.
.34-yard attempt with the wind at his back. That's a very makeable field goal.
Snap is good. Spot kick. Nowhere near. In fact, just a low line drive that missed. Did you jinx him?
I said it was makeable.
So Fairfield Warde will take over.
5 minutes to go. It's pretty much, you can say that this game has pretty much been decided, because Fairfield has not shown that they can put points on the board at all.
Right.
They've shown they can move the ball in spurts, but they cannot complete drives. In Staples, it's just been a dominant performance for them.
Looks like Southington beginning to pull away in that game with Glastonbury, now 55-41.
And I was just talking about it. Have you seen the size of Southington's quarterback?
He's a heck of a player.
Yes,
really
he is.
Terrific player. Flag down.
He is. He is huge, though.
Windsor on top of Farmington, 41-0, fourth quarter. Wind picks up again. Ledyard knocked off New London, 35-6. 4-28. Guilford 7. That's fourth quarter. Brookfield with a 34-6 win. And the final confirmed as Stamford knocked off McMahon 26-22. Here it's 28-0 with 4:43 to go. They'll go to the ground again.
Congratulations to my good friend Jamar Green and the Stamford Black Knights.
Saw him last week over at Greenwich High School.
Tackled by Hunter. Will bring up a second down and 10 for Ward.
Here we've got 4:20 to go, clock running. Second and call it a long 10. Right back to the ground they go. Here's some running room as Arian runs it right side. Now stays right up the gut. Midfield, running away from people. He's going to break the string for the shutout for Staples. It's a touchdown that will go for 80 yards with no flags.
Azarian finally able to find a gap that he can get through, and he's able to get through, makes a couple cuts, and that's it. He was off to the races, Rob.
So Azarian from 80 yards. Point after coming. Potenza will hold it for Benjamin Schwinn. Snap is good. Spot, kick, short, end over end, and no good. made a slight turn to the right. 4 minutes remaining, fourth quarter, and our score, hang on, is 28-6, pending a flag on the field.
Running into the kicker, it looks like, against
running into the kicker against Staples.
So with that penalty, Staples is going to... Fairfield's going to try again. I don't know if they're going to kick it or maybe run a play and go for two.
Does look like they will go for two.
Well, the penalty is going to be the ball's moved back half a distance to the goal line.
penalties on the 1.5-yard line.
Rain continues to fall here. 4 minutes to go, currently 28-6, pending this conversion try.
Extra point.
So now they'll line up in the wing. 3 in the backfield. Man in motion. Running it right side. Looking for the corner is Azarian, and he scores all 8 points himself.
And Azarian still has a way to go before he catches the triple-decker burger, but there's a little measure of pride that you're actually finally able to put some points on the board and you avoid the shutout.
The triple-decker burger, indeed, a Royale with cheese. 28-8, our score. Staples up 20. We pause. We come back to Staples High School right after this. You're watching high school football, the FCIAC, on the HAN Network.
Means back to busy, and Stewart's Market can save you precious time by stocking all of your favorite essentials under one roof. For a healthy start to school, we have all the ingredients. Walter Stewart's, your family-owned fresh local market, 229 Elm Street and at stewartsmarket.com.
Ben Schwinn will kick things off with 4 minutes to go. 28-8 with Chris Kalen. I'm Rob Adams. And the kickoff coming. Ball staying on the tee right now.
For once.
Yeah, because the wind is blowing. Making the approach and the kick. And the whistle.
Let's offsides.
Throw a flag. In a 20-point game with 3:59 to go.
It looks like we're going to have ourselves an offsides here. Yep. Couple, and you can see it. A couple of the Mustangs, they got a little anxious on the kickoff. Cut the line a little too soon.
E.O. Smith now 3-1. They knocked off South Windsor 29-6. Newtown with a 42-0 win over Bethel. Kickoff coming again. Spinning down, taken at the 20. Starting right between the numbers, running straight ahead, Arceola near sideline 40, 35, 30, a man to beat. He's gone. Touchdown, Staples.
Just a complete breakdown on the special teams coverage for the Mustangs, and Arceola just turns on the Jets and blows right past everybody, untouched, all the way to the end zone.
Now the extra point try coming with 3:46 to go. Paul Tricarico comes back on for the point after try. Ben Thaw to hold it. Snap is good, spot, kick. Plenty of distance. He nailed that thing down to I-95. 3:46 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Wreckers advance their lead to 35-8. Cato and I take another break, come back to Staples High School with 3:46 to go. 35-8. The Wreckers on top of the Mustangs as we take a break. You're watching high school football. It's the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Football University, the nation's leading football training experience, is now accepting applications for its 2015 camps. Our elite faculty of NFL coaches and top professionals teach position-specific on the field and in the classroom to improve your football IQ and help you reach your full potential as a player. Apply today at footballuniversity.org. Football University, where technique plus talent beats talent alone.
Back in Westport with 3:46 to go. Rob Adams, Chris Kalin with you on this rainy, chilly Friday night, and yet I'm seeing signs that temperatures could be back in the mid-70s later next week. Go figure.
I can't worry about that now.
Nope, not tonight. Here's the kickoff. Coming down to Azarian, back at his own 5. He'll start between the numbers. From right to left he goes, finds an opening. Anything you can do, maybe he can do better. Brings it down near the 45, and he's brought down. Looked like we were going to go from one to another.
Why not? It's the only thing we could do, keep the game just dragged to a halt. You find out, but you see Staples is starting to rotate in some of the younger players, so that's going to create a little bit more scoring opportunities for the Mustangs.
And of course, Daniel Thompson on at quarterback now. At least he was. Now the pitch goes to the right side as the Mustangs have the ball. Out near the 49. It's a gain of 4. Azarian on the carry. 3:27 to go. And this one almost all but academic.
I think for Staples, what they're trying to do is they're going to try to see if some of these younger kids, how well they work as far as containment, keeping the ball carrier contained within, and just for the fact to see if they can actually make tackles inside the sidelines.
Second and a long 5. Azarian straight up the gut, trying to lean across the 45, which would be enough for a first down. Looks like he did so.
It is a first down.
And it's a first down.
The ball is spotted at the 45-yard line of the Wreckers.
2:46 to go. Under center. Play action, rolling right. Throws well low and incomplete. Intended on the far sideline. 2.5 to go. Tonight's one of those nights that if you're a quarterback, certainly like Potenza, who's tried to throw the ball at least a little bit, this is a night where you just want to take the stats and go, okay, they really didn't exist. We're going to forget about this one.
Well, I mean, you just leave it to the running backs.
Pretty much.
Berger and his 100+ yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And on the Fairfield Warde side, of course, all the hard work done by Azarian. 2:35 to go. Pitch going right side. Here's Azarian again. Gets outside the numbers. Stays in bounds, which some of the denizens around here want to see as he's down to the 35. And, of course, a long night. It's 35-8. You're kind of looking forward to this one maybe wrapping up. And certainly, chilly night, rainy night. Want that clock to run down to 0-0.
Yeah, if you're Fairfield, though, what you want to try to do is you want to try to see if you can get in, put some more points on the board. You want to learn something about your team as far as their fight.
Down to 2:02 to go, 35-8 Staples. 2 receivers come out to the near side left on a 3rd and short. They'll go right back to the ground and get the first down. Across the 35 to the 33. It's Gallagher on the carry. With 1:53 to go, we thank everybody here at Staples High School for being so welcoming to us and putting up with us.
Yeah, we did get in everybody's way tonight.
Tucking the RV in here at Staples was a fun time, a job that involved at least 4 of us outside, and probably a good 15, 20 minutes.
Semi-4?
It was
You guys
fun.
had the glow sticks?
No, almost. Azarian straight up the middle. He'll get about 9 down near the 25.
It's like moving the bus was like directing like the movie Airplane. Yeah, go over there, and he just drives the bus down on the field.
No, it was a trip. It was a trip. A.J. Simonowski, myself, Eric Gendron, Tracy Iazi, we were all out there trying to guide Marty Hersom, and credit to Marty. I was so impressed with the way he was able to handle that thing. 1:09 to go, 35-8. Fake the handoff. Now they'll go back to Azarian straight forward as he almost gets a first down across the 25 down near the 23, but I don't think he got the forward progress.
For Marty trying to park that thing, it's got to be like moving an aircraft carrier.
Well, that's the reason he owns the Hersom Acorn Aviation Desk.
Well, is that what it is?
That's it. 42 to go, 35-8. Under center out of the eye on a 3rd and short. Azarian first down as they try to cut it a little more. And really just a crazy flag with 29 to go. Crazy because, let's be honest, the outcome is really not in doubt.
Yeah, but you have to see what the flag is if it's a personal foul.
I understand, but
you don't want to see it, but you still have to maintain control.
Let's just make sure it was necessary. Now, was
face mask?
That was a hold, wasn't it?
A hold or a face?
I saw the indication of a hold.
It might have been a hold.
I mean, I get why you throw it, but still. Now that's a face mask. That one's going against the Wreckers.
That's the penalty that you see.
So that moves the ball across the 15 to the 13 with 29 to go.
Yeah, but you see the Staples coaches, they're looking at each other, and you see Mars over there, and Mars understands.
Potenza to Azarian, Cato straight up the middle to the 5. Go ahead and make your point.
Yeah, but you see Mars understands because what the face mask penalties and things like that, it can lead, it leads to anger and frustration in fights. So by saying, hey, knock it off now, it's really what you want to see. You want to get out in front of it and prevent things from happening.
Ward takes a timeout with 13 to go. That doesn't thrill some folks here, but look, they want to, Ward wants to get in the end zone.
And there's things they want to do. The game's not over. They have clicks, there's ticks on the clock, and they want to play to the final second.
Sure. "13 seconds remaining. "35-8. Now the line back up. Stack out of the eye with a receiver to each side. Play fake. Potenza rolling. Has to get rid of it. Throws a prayer. Back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown.
Potenza's pass is complete for a touchdown.
It's a nice drive. It was a nice drive by the Fairfield Warde Mustangs. Great play. They get the quarterback out of the pocket. They flush him. They have him on the run. And give him credit, he was able to plan himself enough to get something on the ball into the end zone. And that's a great throw because he threw it into the wind.
Schwinn on for the extra point.
Holding is Potenza.
Potenza will hold it. Snap's good. Spot. Kick. End over end. And good. 7 seconds remaining. And Ben Schwinn makes it 35-15. People are punchy, Cato.
Yeah, you could tell. There's a lot of anxious. Here we go. Your Rob's favorite song.
It's the final countdown for sure. We'll stay here with 7 ticks remaining on the clock, just a kickoff, and then the final whistle. Almost all academic, with the exception of perhaps a kneel down. And then time to pack up and say goodnight.
Yeah, we're going to make the post-game show real quick. You know what, I'm thinking maybe 4 or 5 guests this time. That's what I'm leaning toward.
Too deep for the records.
And I think we should get Eric out here with a microphone and send him to field side to help us out.
Let AJ direct the postgame?
Let AJ direct the postgame from the bus. Let him dry off. He's worked hard all night.
Kickoff coming with 7 seconds to go.
On the kick for Fairfield is Schwinn.
Schwinn will kick it off. Want to thank our sponsors, Walter Stewart's Market, Pamby Motors, Coastal Orthopedics, Carl Chevrolet, and Bankwell. And the kickoff on the way. Schwinn makes the approach. Here it is. Just a bouncer. Bounces off a couple of people. Now grabbed and run to this side. Playing keep away and down at the 25 with 2 and 1. Is that enough to indicate it? And it is. The ball game is over. And Staples gets the win 35-15. This one is over, Cato.
And what can you say? Staples had played just issued a dominance performance pretty much for the first 3 quarters. That's when all their starters were in the game. They were very effective, controlled the gaps, and just pretty much ran the show. It wasn't until Staples put in some of the younger players, put in some of the second team, where it gave Fairfield Warde the opportunity to put points on the board. But for the most part, in given the conditions and everything, you've got to be happy if you're Mars Petrosio. His team played well, did everything right fundamentally. You had some penalties. You had the 1 turnover that really didn't result much in the second quarter by Berger. And honestly, that turnover was a result of the elements. It was just a good hit on a guy with a wet football, and that's what created the turnover. But overall, just an excellent performance.
Cato and I will come back, a quick wrap-up, and we'll say goodnight. The final score from Staples Stadium, the Staples Wreckers 35, and the Fairfield Warde Mustangs 15. Back right after this to say goodnight. You're watching FCIAC football on the HAN Network.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances. Where community comes first. A place where there's more than one kind of interest. Where automation will never replace consideration. Where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
Carl Chevrolet is proud to sponsor HAN Network's coverage of the area's best high school sports. No matter the sport, competition in the FCIAC is spirited, so get out and cheer on your favorite team. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to bring HAN Network with you to keep up with the action. Visit Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Back to school means back to busy, and Stewart's Market can save you precious time by stocking all of your favorite essentials under one roof. For a healthy start to school, we have all the ingredients. Walter Stewart's, your family-owned fresh local market, 229 Elm Street and at stewartsmarket.com.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Do you do a lot of running around but get nowhere when you're buying a car? Visit Pamby Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram for the one-stop buying experience and stop spinning your wheels.
The fall bite is heating up. Albies, bonita, blackfish, alligator blues, and stripers are following the large schools of bait in the Long Island Sound. This is the time to visit the New England coast, and the Dock Shop can get you outfitted with the latest fishing gear, jackets, hats, gloves, and fleece. Boater, beach bum, fishermen simply love the New England coast. This is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Back at Staples High School following a 35-15 Staples Wreckers victory with Christopher Cato Kalen. I'm Rob Adams, and this one over and in the books on what is technically homecoming for the Wreckers, who have already made their way out of Staples Stadium. I mean, really, there isn't a whole lot that you need to say out there. I know some of the coaches are doing their media thing, but there isn't a whole lot we need to say to these guys on the field tonight, Cato.
No, there really isn't a lot to talk about. It was just a dominant performance from start to finish for Staples. Coming in, you knew Ward had an undaunting task. Throw the elements in, it just makes it that much worse for you. And Ward was never able to get really anything going.
No, they never were. They had the lone takeaway of the night, the fumble turned over by Staples, and it set up Fairfield Warde had one of their better drives in the night, but they came up empty. That was all the way back in the first quarter, but really Ethan Berger kind of shut the door on this game early on. A 48-yard touchdown run, and Paul Traccherio's extra point was good. Just 55 seconds in, it was 7-0. Then Berger again from a yard out. Early second quarter made it 14-0. Berger again from 17 yards out before the break, and it was 21-0. Connor Adrian advanced the lead to 28-0 with a 55-yard touchdown run. Brian Azarian, an 80-yard run, got Fairfield Warde on the board, and more importantly, the first points that the Wreckers have allowed all year. That made it 28-8 following the conversion. Sam Arciera ran back an 80-yard kickoff return. At this point, I can barely read my notes. They're all wet. 35-8 at that point, and a touchdown pass right here before the end of the game. Cato made it 35-15 final score.
Your notes either look like graffiti or camouflage drawn on paper.
Yeah, it's kind of a rough night. Even here in the booth as the water just came in, and of course you got the hatch up top so the water comes down from that way as well. But all that being said, our thanks to Mike Zito, everybody here at Staples High School. They couldn't have been more accommodating to us. Mars Petrosio, just one of the best in the business, let us use his office for the internet connection and just was so accommodating. Everybody and the best crew. AJ Simonowski is trying to dry off. I know John Kovac is going to probably try to do the same. All the folks back in the rig, outstanding job. Eric Gendron directing tonight, and the whole crew here. And good hanging out with you finally.
Oh, it's always fun. I wish I can get here more often, but I'm working on that.
Well, we'll see you again pretty soon. And on that note, we will say that'll do it from Staples Stadium. The final score, the Staples Wreckers 35 and the Fairfield Warde Mustangs 15. We remind you, our next broadcast comes your way on Monday as Coffee Break gets things started at 11 o'clock, Nutmeg Sports at 2, and then we're right back to it. Field hockey, Darien and Ridgefield at Tiger Hollow in Ridgefield, 4 o'clock that day. Tuesday, boys soccer, Greenwich and Stamford at Boyle Stadium at 4. And next Friday, football, Stamford and Danbury at Danbury's Crotty Stadium, 7 o'clock for the broadcast that night. Pre-game shows beginning at 4. For the entire crew here at Staples High School, AJ Simonowski, Eric Gendron directing, my partner Chris Kalen, I'm Rob Adams. Have a great night, everyone. Final score, Fairfield Warde loses to Staples. The Wreckers win 35-15 from Westport. Good night, everyone.
The preceding has been a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and entertainment in Fairfield and Westchester counties.